Hey guys, how you doing? It's Wesley here, and I'm bringing you a gameplay on Gears of War 3 Beta, yet again on the checkout map, which is probably the most common map I play on this, well, when I did. But today I'm not going to be talking about anything related to Gears, but obviously it's just going to be the background for the actual video. Because I know a lot of you like watching Gears of War 3 Beta videos, and I know because of people commenting on them and liking it and stuff, the ratio is a lot higher on these videos than anything else. So what I'm going to talk about is films in general, and one basically I love films. I think everybody knows that from my Twitter. A lot of it is about films most of the time, like seeing a film or reviews of a film. If you can see on my Tumblr, which I'll link in the description, you can look at some reviews I've done of films I've watched over every week. I do like a little review of the films I've watched, and probably the other one will be up today from last week or tomorrow. But I think film runs in my blood, to be honest. Every aspect of films I notice, like how they would create an effect, or the way they shoot something to create emotion, or just to look plain badass. I kind of notice that now, after doing studies of film, and obviously making my own films, and the films what I'm making currently will be up, like, after Gears 3, probably, just because I want to take the time with it. But I think I know different things about film now. I'm more aware of different things. Like, when I was younger, watching films, you just watch film, and that's it. Now I watch a film to watch how they do something, and think how they would do that certain effect. Which comes to my next point, which is probably about reviews, and a lot of films lately haven't had the greatest reviews. Yet again, I don't want to point anything out, but I'm sure you'll find out quite easily by looking at websites and reviews of films on there. Anyway, action films, or as we know them, popcorn films, aren't reviewed on how awesome or amazing or great the film is. It's always on the amount of effects or the less effects they put in. So if they have a lot of effects but it goes over the limit, then it gets reviewed bad just for that. Or if it goes under the effects bar of, let's say, a few explosions and that's it, it'd get a bad review from reviewers. Take Transformers Dark of the Moon, for instance. Not the greatest reviews for a film that exceeds all technological achievements with the amazing 3D work on the destruction, plus the Transformers themselves, as well as many other effects to count. I mean, so much work has gone into making that film, and yet it gets a poor score because of the effects, because there's a lot of them. I'm not saying every review should be perfect, but it shouldn't be reviewed on such harsh terms, like if you have too much action, it's just going to get a bad review, which is kind of stupid because it is an amazing film. I haven't even seen it yet, and I want to watch it because it looks so good. I think with other films, like, there's a lot of other films that I notice have exceeded the barrier, let's say, for reviews. Like Rise of the Planet of the Apes managed to get 7.9 or 8 overall, which is a good score for a film, because obviously critics are kind of hard sometimes. I'm not saying everyone is, but you know, if you add it all up together, it kind of comes out to a default 7 or 8 for films. I watched that yesterday and thought it was an amazing film, great build-up. I mean, a lot of the time it was more about story than action. There's quite a bit of action in it with the apes, and you know, I'm not going to give much away, but there's a lot of action involving the apes. I'll just say that because it is focusing on how they, well, you'll see the film if you watch it. I'd watch it, and I'm not going to spoil anything. So, yeah, like another film I've watched 2 weeks ago, I watched Cowboys and Aliens. That was a fantastic film, but only yet getting a 7 out of 10, probably 7, roughly 7.5, something around that score. And I thought that was fantastic. Well written, well designed. Action was proportioned well. It wasn't over the top action like some films are. I mean, Dark of the Moon is crazy action, but you know, you kind of expect that from a Michael Bay film now that you've seen the other 2 Transformers and all of his other films, like Titanic. Wait, no, that's James Cameron. Sorry, not James Cameron. Alright, but yeah, you've seen Transformers. If you've seen Transformers, you know what I mean. A lot of action and a lot of 3D stuff goes on in there. I think there's a few of the films I've seen in the past few weeks what haven't been like a blockbuster film. You know, there's one called Mr. Popper's Penguins, which is more of a family film, comedy on the U side, U and PG, not over 12. You know, with like swearing and stuff and rude jokes and stuff. Because it's more of a kids film really. But I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna say I didn't, because that'd be a stupid thing to say if I did, which I do. It's one of those films where you don't have to think too much. I mean, like, you know, like your process that when I watch a major film what's had really good reviews and is supposed to be a really good film, I always look at the what's good and what's bad and try and, you know, even the review out and scores and stuff. But with that, I just went with it, enjoyed it. and obviously I'm gonna write a review on it, and it'll be on my Tumblr later on, maybe. But I think everybody should watch it. And yeah, again, that got a 5.9 out of 10, which is not a crap review, because even one review, whatever review score it is good if you're, depending on what filmmaker you are, but whatever. It is a good film. A lot of comedy, humor. There's a few adult jokes what misinterpreted in the film. So like, there's a few groin jokes where he gets hit in the groin, which is on the trailer if you watch it, and you can find it anyway. Just put Mr. Popper's Penguin trailer and he'll get hit in the nuts with the ball. So it's pretty hilarious, and obviously if you're in the cinema and there's a lot of kids around, you'll hear a lot of laughter in that, because it is funny. It's a great film. And I think this week, because it's Tuesday today when I'm recording this, and tomorrow on the Wednesday, I'm going to see Super 8 and hopefully get a review on that as well by the end of the week. I can't wait to see that. It looks really good. Yeah, again, 7 review score. I think 7 point something. I can't remember exactly, but it looks amazing. Reviews are really skeptical. They're very biased, like their own. I don't know. I don't know how to put it, but basically, they review the score in numbers and stars. So the stars aren't as good as you'd think they would be. So 7 isn't the greatest for a high-end film by like Steven Spielberg and some of the other directors there. Basically, it gets a bad or not a good star rating, but it gets a good comment section. So say they're talking about the sound, they give it rich sound, graphics, very good graphics, high def, Blu-ray quality, IMAX camera, whatever. And then obviously they go on the story and stuff, but then they give it a star rating overall, which is kind of stupid because it doesn't make sense if they reviewed it very well and they don't give a good star score. But anyway, thank you guys for listening. I just wanted to talk about films in this video with the gameplay in the background. Now I know it. Nowadays, most commentators do this, and I thought I'd do it as well. But sometimes you can't exactly talk about the gameplay unless you're talking about like the MLG commentators, where they talk about every little thing, which is kind of a sport, and I don't really want to do that. I want to talk about something that I want to talk to you about. So that's my thought on that. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I can't wait for the launch of Gears 3, so I can get better gameplays, machinima, montages, guides, and more as well as my Gears of War mini-film, which I hope you will enjoy when it's released. So stay tuned for more, and thank you guys for listening. Hopefully give it a like and, well, spread it about a bit, because I want to get some more. I want to get some more viewers, some more active subscribers before the launch of Gears 3. A lot of you I know are active. It's just a few aren't. Please watch my videos. I appreciate it a lot. So I hope you enjoyed this, and yes, Gears 3 comes out in 20 odd days. So there we go. Excited.